Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This month is my birthday, and because this is going to be my second quarantine birthday and my third virtual birthday because the year before the pandemic I was in New Zealand. Wish I had been in New Zealand during 2020 instead of 2019. But I'm going on 3 years of virtual birthday and 2 years of a quarantine birthday. And honestly, that sucks. I was the first quarantine birthday of 2020, at least in my family. Obviously, not the first ever. But in my family, I was the first. And so as we're approaching a full year into this pandemic, we're also approaching my birthday. And that really sucks. A second quarantine birthday. I don't think any of us anticipated it dragging on this long. I definitely didn't think that it was going to last this long. So as a way to not be depressed by the fact that I'm having a second quarantine birthday, I'm going to make myself a freaking cool cake. So I did a ton of research on like quarantine cakes. There's not a whole lot out there, but there's a good amount. And so I have picked a cake that I'm going to try to design or decorate or whatever. And we're going to try to do that. And you're going to get to watch me. And if you've seen my The Perfect Cookies video, then you know that I am not normally good at baking, or cooking, or heat, or lighters, or anything. So this is going to be interesting. I didn't have any of the equipment to make a cake, but luckily my aunt is super artsy and creative and had all the stuff that I needed. So let me show you what I've got. Okay, so these are all the ingredients that I have. So I decided on a white cake, even though chocolate's my favorite, because I needed the icing to be white. So I have 2 boxes of the Betty Crocker cake mix, and then I have 3 of the icing, and then I have confectioner's sugar just in case. My aunt said that maybe if I need to like stiffen the ice cream. If I need to stiffen the icing for some reason, because I'm going to be making specific like designs and stuff, that I might want confectioner's sugar. I also have my measuring cup. I'm going to use milk instead of water because this milk expires in 2 days and I need to get rid of it. So the ingredients, it calls for eggs, vegetable oil, and water. So I've got the eggs. Instead of vegetable oil, I'm going to be doing butter, the Kerrygold butter. I also bought candles, and I bought the little sparkler ones because I thought that was fun and not depressing. Not that normal candles are depressing, but the whole point of this was so that my birthday's not depressing. So now over here I have all of the baking stuff that I need. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to end up using, but I have these round cake pans. And then I have a small icing spreader, and then a big icing spreader, and then I have this thing. It's like supposed to flatten out the icing. And then I guess this is also supposed to flatten out the icing. Who knows? And then some food coloring. And then I have some icing bags and some icing tips and something else. I don't know what's in there, but if I need it, I'll figure out what it is. And finally I have this little stencil. So yeah, let's get baking. So I've got my first cake mix here, and it says to preheat the oven to 350 for shiny metal pans. I would assume that this is what this is. It says 325 for non-stick pans, but this looks like a shiny metal pan to me. And I've felt like non-stick stuff before, and this doesn't feel non-stick, so I'm gonna say that it's probably a metal shiny pan. Okay, cake mix, water, oil, and eggs in a large bowl. So I know you're supposed to do this in a certain way, but I don't like doing it in a certain way. Probably why I'm not a baker. Because I was always told, like, whenever I cooked with my parents, or whenever I baked with my parents, they would say to put the eggs in first. That way, like, if you get eggshell in there, then you know that there's eggshell and it's easier to pick out. Whereas like if you have cake mix in there, it's going to be a lot harder to pick out, you know. I was also told to do it on a flat surface because you're less likely to get eggshell in there that way than if you do it on like the side of a bowl or whatever. So Tell me if I'm doing it wrong in the comments. I'm probably going to do most of this stuff wrong. It's going to be great. I'm not a baker. I'm not good at this at all, so I'm excited. So now I'm supposed to add 1 cup of water. So I'm just going to add 1 cup of milk because I need to get rid of this milk. Yay, I did it. It's all that working at Starbucks. Can you tell I'm a barista? I poured it perfectly to the line. Alright, I'm going to pour that in. And then I'm gonna... I don't even have a mixer! I don't even have a whisk! Oh my gosh. I don't think these things through. Okay, so I'm opening the cake mix. I'm gonna get out my scissors. And I hope I don't drop it. Cake mix, water, oil, and eggs. Guys, don't let me forget to put the butter in there. I'm mixing it. It's really, really liquidy. Ooh, yum. Eggs and milk. Ooh, okay, that smells so good. Oh my gosh, I'm excited now. I'm about to add the butter. So it says 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Well, I'm going to use the same amount of butter, but I never knew if it's melted butter, are you supposed to measure it and then melt it? Or do you melt it and then pour the melted butter into a measuring cup and see if it says the right amount? I was never quite clear on that, and I'm pretty sure I do it differently every time. So I should have gotten more butter or a different butter because this butter is really nice and feels really fancy, and I feel bad to be putting it in the cake. And then I'm going to take the rest of this expensive butter and spread it around. Now let's pour it in. Okay, just a quick little update. I peeked at my cakes. Whoa, that was like puffed up like crazy. Alright, so here's the cakes after they finished baking. They're kind of dark, but honestly, I'm pleased. So I set the timer for 30 minutes, which I knew it was going to take longer than that, but I just did that to make sure that the cakes weren't like black, right? And I stuck the knife in, and let me show you what came out. This is what that knife looked like, right? So obviously that's not done. So I put the cake back in there for 6 minutes, and now look at the knife that I pull out. Ah! Look at that! That is so clean. Let me check this one. I haven't checked this one. I haven't checked this one yet. I'm so excited! I did it! I did it! So now I put the other 2 in the oven, and I set the timer for 36 minutes, and I'll see you guys in 36 minutes. Okay, so it's been longer than 36 minutes, and the cakes are now done. Yay! So I took the other 2 cakes out of the oven, and they're right here. I'm not going to pick them up because they're still really hot. I've been letting the other ones cool, obviously. I just took it out of the pan, and then I remembered that I should video myself doing that. So I'm going to take the second one out of the pan. All I did was like go around once with a knife just to break off anything that was still attached. What? Aww. I'm so sad. This one didn't come out right. So I still need to let these cool quite a bit before I can even think about putting icing on them. Okay, so what I've decided to do is to take out the other 2 cakes and let them cool on a plate. I'm probably not supposed to be taking this out of the pan before it's cool, but here we are. Okay, so if you see, a whole bunch of it was left in there, so that's fine. Can't do anything about it. It's good. So honestly, I was probably going to have to flatten it out anyway, so we've already done it. So I'm just going to let these cool, and I might try to shave some of them into a better shape so that they'll stack easier. And if I do, I'll try to record myself doing it. And if not, I will see you guys when these are cool.